Hey guys, I'm here to review the movie I seen at the cinema yesterday. Well, earlier, a few hours ago. And it was called Jackass. What's it called now? I think it's Now and Gone. Something like that. It's the last ever Jackass movie. And yeah, this. Oh man, these people are just complete fucking idiots. They're just complete fucking idiots. Oh god, they did some stupid stunts. I'll get into them in a minute. Oh, I'd have loved Matt to have been at the cinema with me watching that, see his reactions to some of the stunts they did. That would have been funny. That would have been entertaining. But yeah, so yeah, they're basically, it's a stunt show. They're just doing practical prank stunts, and so yeah, the first stunt was he got some peanut butter on a dildo and pull it up the guy's ass, and then when it was in his ass, he said, "Oh, that feels weird." Just yeah, there was a lot of sexual jokes in this movie. Yeah, a lot. And then there was some other stunts like someone had a broom and the guy fucking jumped on it and it smacked him in the face. I thought, why jump on it when you knew it was gonna hit him in the face? That was just stupid. One of the other stunts was so there's basically a lot of shit in this cubicle. So they got some ropes, put it around both sides of the toilet cubicle, got one guy in there. So they put it up in the air and brought it back down again, like a ride, as you know, where it goes up and down. And the shit went all everywhere and all over him. So yeah, there was jokes, a lot of like shit jokes, you know, shit stunts, like to do with just bad bacteria jokes. And then the other stunt was what other ones were there? There was some other ones. So this one was quite funny, and I would actually do this. This would be fun to do. So they go on some like rocket, and they use the remote, and then they go from like the little bridge. Oh, they fall off a bigger bridge. I'll get into that in a minute. So he goes on the fucking little rocket and it goes all the way up into the air and then down, then he falls into the lake. I'll do that. That would be fun. The other one, similar, he fell down a big fucking one. There was a big bridge, and one of them, both of them were on like a harness, and the big fat guy, massive guy, he fucking fell on top of the guy, and they both went into the water, and that was quite funny. So yeah, they both fell into the water. Yeah, and they just kept saying it's going to be the last ever Jackass movie, last ever show they do together. And a few of the other pranks they did. This was pretty funny. This would remind me of like, annoying my stepdad. So some older people were playing golf, and each time they had hit the ball, they'd do like a they do like a beep noise, you know, like from something. They do like a noise like the beep, and it'd put off the people playing golf. And then to get revenge to the lads who kept interrupting their golf, one of them threw the fucking golf. One of them threw like the golf, the golf equipment at him, and also hit the ball at him, at the few of the lads. So yeah, that one weren't too bad. So another joke they did. This was just, I wouldn't want to be the guy who took that. So one guy was lying on a bed, and and they had to take it in turns. And this big fat guy, you'll know who I mean if you've seen the Jackass movies or TV show. This big massive guy has a massive ass. So they had him on a harness and they lowered him down. And each time they got a question wrong, they had to keep lowering him down. And one time, one of the guys, his face was in his ass. Then the last one, he fucking dropped him right onto him on his ass, right into his face. And he had the guy that had his ass in his face fucking for a minute, and then he just was running around everywhere, and everyone was saying he stinks. One of the guys hit him and said, "Don't come near me." I won't want to be that guy who took that. He's definitely the Rikishi of a fucking Jackass. Yeah, he's quite a few things went into his ass. One guy, fucking idiot. So he got some glue in a little car, swallowed it, got stuck in his stomach, and he went to the doctors and made out he didn't know what was wrong with his stomach. They said, "You've got a car in your stomach. Why you got a car in your stomach? A little car." He said, "Oh, I don't know how it got there," and then they got it out of him. One of the guys, now this could have been dangerous. One of the guys made out he wore like a prison, a prison kit, what you'd wear in America, like the orange kit, the orange uniform. So he wore it and he put some handcuffs on, made out that he was an escaped prisoner. So, yeah, he tries to get a saw and tries to cut off the handcuffs. Then actually someone called the police because they thought that he was an escaped prisoner. So they came with guns and literally he was on the floor and he said, "This is just a prank." And they said, "Well, it's not a funny prank because we thought you was a missing prisoner who was a serious, in sort of something serious." And so yeah, that's wasting police time. So I didn't really find that bit funny. That's wasting police time. What other ones did they do? Oh, they did one where they got a snake out, and they turned the lights out, and basically a few of them were like, they knew the snake was out there, knew the snake was there, and they were getting bit on the hand, on the arm, by a little, not taser, but, something a little electrical, I don't know what it was. And it made out like it was a bite. And then they thought a fucking snake bit on, but they didn't. It was just that machine what was doing that. One guy swallowed a fucking golf ball and then literally shut it out of his ass. A lot of arse jokes, sexual jokes. Trying to think of other stunts they did. The ones I would do is probably like falling into the rivers. That sounds fun. But I wouldn't want to do the sexual shit jokes. I wouldn't do them, but I'd do the ones falling into lakes and rivers. That would be fun. But the one what was the most disturbing was that guy having that fat guy's ass in his face. Just and then everyone they did, that was disgusting. I'd love to have seen my mate's reaction to this. So they were playing like the fucking game where you put one arm on something, then your leg, and then each time someone's face was near their ass, where they'd say go to the left, go to the right, they'd shit themselves, and loads of shit would come out their asses. Just that was a bit weird. Yeah, that was a bit weird. This was quite funny. I wouldn't want it to happen to me though. So they had this guy on a bit of a seat, and he was lying down, and they were asking him questions, and if he got it wrong, then move it forward. And some kind of machine with some boots were going round and round and round. And then towards the end, because he was in his front, the boots would constantly hit him in the dick. Constantly. That would hurt. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. It was quite funny, but when it kept hitting on his dick and he was holding his balls, like, oh, that hurt. I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Fuck that. It'd be funny to see it happen to someone who I don't like though. That'd be funny. But yeah, that happened. Someone got a fucking electrocuted, like Ted Bundy did, or you know when people get the electrocution, and yeah, they got the electric shock. What you would have got in the electric chair. Then he literally ran outside after him. What else happened? I'm trying to think of other stunts. But yeah, a few of them were a bit funny. A lot more people laughed at it than I did. Maybe it was more to their sense of humour. But trying to think what else happened. But yeah, that was some of the stunts. Again, the last one, they went off a cliff and it blew up, and then they were there standing there, and it said the end. So yeah, that was the movie. It was okay. A couple of moments where I thought that was little bit funny, but nothing really got me laughing that much. A little giggle here and there. More people in the room were laughing a lot more than me. It was okay. It wasn't a good movie. I've seen worse as well, like the Charlie XCX movie. But there was a couple of jokes what I thought was a bit funny. A lot of sexual jokes though. I think there was too many of that. It was very sexual based stunts. So it was okay. What would I give it out of 10? It was alright. It weren't too bad. It was okay. It weren't shit, but it weren't good. I'd say a 4 out of 10. It weren't too bad. A couple of things were a bit funny, but some of them is just stupid. They're very immature. They're very stupid. I'd love to have seen my mate react to some of them stunts. That would have been funny as fuck. But yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Yeah, 4 out of 10. It weren't too bad. I've seen worse some movies this year. I've seen some better, but it weren't shit. But it weren't good. It was in between. It was average. It weren't too bad. It weren't too bad. But if you like them kind of jerks and stunts, then maybe it be for you. If you don't, then maybe it won't be. It weren't too bad. But yeah, they're older men, and they're just complete idiots. Complete idiots. Just sexual stuff. There was a lot of that, and just. Oh, and here's another thing they fucking did. I would have loved to have seen what Matt thought of that. So one guy was got his dick out and was flopping it left, right, top, bottom, and just turned away, and I was like, oh, I wonder what Matt would have thought to this. He's just an idiot. Yeah, they're all twats. But yeah, 4 out of 10. It was okay. It was okay. Just a couple of the stunts were a bit funny. But the ones I'd do, not the sexual stuff. Especially not having a massive guy's ass in my face, no chance. But I do like the water ones. You know, like jumping off a bridge on a harness onto the river, or the rocket into the river. That would be fun. But I wouldn't do the other stunts they did. But yeah, that's what happened in the movie. It should be probably finished at cinemas soon. So in a month or two, you probably could rent it on YouTube. But yeah, that's my review of it. So I hope you enjoyed my review. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, guys.